He saw a portal that was secured, and then the supervising personality of his altar of Abraham's altar was standing at the head of the portal. Those are the 4 things that make up territory. First, if you want to know why a place is the way it is, you need to investigate the altars. How many altars have been put in place and how many spirits have been attracted to become active in that location on the account of the presence of altars? If you don't know that, you cannot change anything. Because it is the altars of Abraham that was responsible for the angelic stronghold. Because the altar was a righteous altar, the spirits that were coming and transacting around that altar were righteous spirits and heavenly beings. But that's not the only possibility that abounds with altars. If the altar is a demonic altar, are you there? You are there. If the altar is a demonic altar, the orientation of that ladder will be different. The ladder that you saw in the book of Genesis chapter 28 is from earth to heaven. And that's not the only possible orientation that exists. Have you read the scripture when Jesus said, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it"? The gates of Hades, the gates of hell, shall not prevail against it. Jesus was using metaphors in his speech. What does he mean by gates? You know, if we want to allow the Bible to interpret the Bible, we'll go to the book of Psalms 24, beginning from verse 1. It says, "The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and them that dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the floods and established it upon the seas. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, and who shall stand in his holy place? He that has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted his soul to vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, he shall receive a blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek thy face, O Jacob." Then he said, "Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be thou lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in." So you notice when he talked about gates, he said, "Lift up your head, O ye gates." You notice there was a response. Who is this King of glory? Oh, you are not following. Because gates talk about authorities. So when Jesus said, "The gates of Hades shall not prevail," he's saying the authorities of hell shall not prevail. It means there is a possibility of that ladder to sustain a different orientation connecting Hades and earth. Just like the ladder in Genesis 28 was connecting what? Earth and what? Heaven. Now, the orientation of the ladder is what determines the kind of spirits you will see in the ecosystem, in the realm. So Abraham's altar was a righteous altar, and he legitimized the activity of angelic beings. If we have demonic altars in the territory, it will legitimize the activity of demonic beings. So you begin to see patterns that are consistent with the presence of demonic entities. Just because an altar has set up a ladder that has bridged 2 realms, earth and Hades. So the authorities of Hades have legitimacy to function upon the face of the earth because there is a demonic altar that is present. You don't understand territory until you can take adequate inventory of the altars that are present in the locality. Are you still here?